안녕하세요, 여러분. Hallyu Reviews입니다.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamra, I'm here with my girl Sabrina, and we are Hallyu Reviews. Two Americans who are swept up in the Korean wave as it reaches across the globe. We have a love of all Korean music. We're reacting to Twice and Scientist, the official MV.
Right, so Scientist came off of their, what was it, Formula Love album, I think you said. And let me see.
O+T.
Oh, fancy schmancy. So lyrically it expresses that love is not something you can calculate, study, and try to find an answer to, but is something that you should follow with your heart. So I believe the music video basically depicts the Twice members in like a lab, and they're running various experiments on love. And the dance was choreographed by La Chica, a dance trio they've worked with many of the K-pop groups, so it's really exciting. I don't think I've heard this song, so I'm very excited to take a listen. Ooh, I like the pink.
Ooh, I like the pink and the blue, like together. Formula of Love.
Aww. Why so serious? I know.
Ooh, it's a Chanel necklace. It's pretty.
So Jonghyun is not in the Jonghyun, how do you say her name? Is not in the dances. Yeah.
Ooh, her hair is pretty.
System failure. Oops. He was general failure, and why is he beating my heart out? See, there are only 8 dancing.
I was wondering why.
Aww. Ooh, I like that look too. But she was right there.
Yeah. So why wasn't she in the dancing?
I think this is when I keep wanting to say Jonghan, but I don't think it's Jonghan. Is it Jonghyun? Jonghyun. When I think she was on like her hiatus at this point, and so that's why it's sort of like oh gosh, I can picture the video in my mind, but I can't remember the title, where they're like in like a dressing room. And I think it was one of the first ones that we saw where she wasn't in it, but they still included her in the videos. So she's she didn't learn like the dance sequences and stuff, but in the shots with them just all kind of like being together, she's in those scenes.
Okay.
So I love that she's still included. I love Twice does a really good job of including their members, even when they're on hiatus. Whatever they're going through, their physical ailments, mental health issues, whatever, they're still included. And I love that. It's not like, okay, once you go on hiatus with Twice, you're never coming back. Because so many K-pop artists do that. Like, once it's difficult, it's too difficult to come back. But they always save space for them, and I love that.
Well, and we've looked at the behind the scenes of a couple of their dance practices, and they are like grueling, like really intense practices. And so I can understand like wanting to take a hiatus from, I guess, the physicality of just
sure
the mental strain of the dancing.
Well,
and not even just that, but just the overwhelmingness of it all.
I feel like a lot of people downplay like how exhausting mental health can be, and if it's just like any other part of your body, if it's being overtaxed, it's really hard to continue functioning at your best. And so I really appreciate that as role models they take it very seriously and they don't downplay it. So
that was one of the things I loved about Dr. Slump, the K-drama that I watched, where they were like, no, you need rest, like you have depression, that's serious. Rest will help your depression. It was so good. Oh, it was so good.
I mean,
it's such a good K-drama because they took it seriously. Whereas in the United States, it's like, here, take this pill, you'll be okay.
Well, I feel like it's definitely improving, and I feel like the people who value it the way it's supposed to be valued. So there are people in this country, at least I would say half the population, probably the female half of it, where we do take it very seriously, and we try to support one another, and like, you know, what do you need? What can I do for you? And I love that. I mean, mental health is part of your health. Physical health, mental health, it's all part of like one and the same. So neither is no more or no less important. So I love groups like Twice who let you know that it's okay to not be okay, and we've got your back when it's not okay, and we'll still include you, and we'll still, you know, some people say the best story out there is Winnie the Pooh, because Eeyore is obviously clinically depressed, and yet he's always included. The friends never leave him out, and it's just such a strong message, and as kids we don't even realize that's the message we're receiving. But it's also like Disney's Inside Out.
Yes.
Where like the different, like joy and anger and depression, the different ones are in charge, whether it's inside the mother or whether inside the little girl or inside the dad. So the mom is being controlled by sadness, and the little girl's being controlled by joy, and the dad's being controlled by anger. And it's like mind blowing. Pretty sure mine would be controlled by disgust, but you know, I'm just saying. But I just love, or fear. But you know, I joke about it, but it's very real. I mean, it's who we are, and there's no shame in it. So I love that Twice takes it so seriously.
But I love how the overall
why so serious
message and kind of Inside Out is you can feel more than one emotion, and that's okay.
Oh yeah, it's perfectly valid.
Totally okay.
And how we each handle that emotion or that situation is not right or wrong. There's no right way to handle sadness. There's no wrong way to handle. I guess hurting yourself or hurting others can be considered wrong because it's not allowing you to have the emotion and yet still move forward. So I don't know, from a psychology point of view, maybe they do want you to like, okay, feel that emotion, but let's not hurt ourselves or something like that. I don't know. But in theory, there's no right or wrong way, like how you feel it. It's just how you feel it. It's how you process it. So we just need to all be there together, because when sadness, it took Joy understanding, we're talking about a movie instead of this thing,
I know,
but it
right?
relates, you know.
It does relate.
Joy saw sadness as this bad thing. She was constantly trying to like
overcome
her, like hush her up. And then it wasn't until the end that she realized that sadness was important, because it was through sadness that Riley, the little girl in the movie, was able to connect to her parents, and to like for them to understand her is taking those sad moments and sharing them and growing from them. And she finally realized that sadness was no less important than joy. So that's a very mature message. I love that Disney Pixar, I love that they tackled that. And that's kind of, I know that this song was not about that, but it's what stood out for me from the MV is that she's included even when she wasn't able to give her all and she needed a little bit more support. I'm all about supporting those who need it in different ways. So
I love that the colors in this music video are so spot on. Like
Yeah.
you have the yellow in the chalkboard, and then there's yellow throughout, like the pictures on the chalkboard. And then there's the yellow wall, and it's all just perfectly coordinated. And then you have yellow in the outfit, and then there's the gray and the white. It's so perfectly coordinated. It just wouldn't be Twice if it wasn't.
right.
Loved
Absolutely.
it. And as the scenes change and the wardrobes change, everything is just perfectly coordinated.
They definitely have their finger on the pulse of like styling. Whoever their stylist is, I mean, I guess that goes for set design and everything as well. I mean, they're amazing. And we've said that from the beginning. So if you are fans of Twice, make sure that you like and subscribe down below if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, and let us know what you would like us to take a look at. We have a very long list for Twice, but we'd love to hear more from you guys. And even if you recommend a song, an MV, a performance, behind the scenes, what have you, that's already been recommended, that's okay because it helps
just
it move
moves
it
up.
up the channel. So, and if you like dramas, maybe tearjerkers or comedies or whatever, I feel like we've at this point experienced a nice
A little bit of all of
assortment.
it.
That's right, and some all in the same drama. I'm just saying.
So true. So true. Make sure to check out Hallyu Reviews, where we tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or completely skip, y'all. Save the trauma of a bad drama. Until next time, annyeong.